สวัสดีค่ะทุกคน Welcome abroad to the very first episode of my podcast. This is where we talk about learning English, and it's not only for tests, it's also for real life. So don't worry if you're making mistakes along the way. We'll be learning together. ทุกคนไม่ต้องกลัวนะคะว่าเราจะพูดผิดนะคะเพราะว่าการที่เราได้เริ่มมันก็ถือว่าดีแล้วนะคะไม่ต้องรอให้ perfect นะคะ Even if it's not perfect, just speak, okay? And I am here with you อาจารย์กระป๋องนะคะ A lot of people call me AJ. I am an English tutor working with students from different backgrounds and ages, and some of whom right now are working, living, and studying all over the world.And my goal here is to inspire everyone to speak English with confidence. So, if you are ready, let's dive right in. แล้ววันนี้นะคะ I'm so thrilled to welcome our first guest of the episode, and she's my former student whom I met for the first time when she was only 8 years old, and again when she was 17 or 18 years old when she prepared herself for university. And right now she's studying in one of the most prestigious universities in the world, Columbia University in New York City, United States. And please welcome น้องเบนสวัสดีค่ะน้องเบนWelcome to English with AJ แล้วก็ที่เป็นครั้งแรกขอครูบอกนะคะเป็น episode 1 แล้วก็น้องเป็นแขกคนแรกเลยนะคะ Okay, so before we get started, please tell us something about yourself.
Hi, I'm Ben. My name is Alina Lipscomb. I'm 19 years old and I grew up in Thailand in Khon Kaen. I went to Khon Kaen Vitet Suksa.And I'm a student athlete. I do archery as a sport and I shoot for Columbia University in New York.
It's so good to see you back in Khon Kaen.
Yes.
So how long have you been here?
When I was 8, she taught my brother and sister.
I feel so old right now. รู้สึกว่าแก่มากเพราะว่าน้องเบนตอนนั้นอายุ
8 ขวบค่ะ
แล้วก็จำได้ว่าไปที่บ้านแล้วก็สอนพี่บุ๊กพี่แบงค์เนี่ยน้องเบนก็เล่นยิงธนูอยู่ปะ
ใช่ค่ะเพิ่งเริ่มยิงเลยตอนนั้น
แล้วก็ตอนนี้ so look at you right now 18 or 19
ค่ะ
19 already so 11 years time flies
and ครูปอง still teaching the best teacher
oh thank you so much แต่ episode ของเรานะคะ English with AJ ก็จะมาพยายามอินสไปร์ทุกคนให้พูดภาษาอังกฤษเนาะแต่ว่าก็อาจจะแบบเป็น casual นะคะจะไม่ต้องเป็นทางการมากอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเพื่อนน้องเบนจะได้ไม่ตื่นเต้นโอเคค่ะแล้วก็สำหรับ audience ของเรานะคะก็วันนี้พี่เบนจะมาช่วยเล่าเรื่องหลายๆอย่างเนาะน้องเบนก็So as everybody might know, I guess Columbia University is one of the best universities in the United States and actually in the world. It actually is one of the top 3 in my university, apart from Cambridge and Oxford, and not Yale and Harvard. I never thought of them.
It's New York. Who could beat that?
Yeah, exactly. So I would like you to walk us through your journey and how did you prepare yourself for the application for Columbia University and how long did it take and the feeling.
Okay ค่ะ so I started off my sophomore year so ม.4 end of ม.4 ขึ้นม.5 I started doing tutoring with ครูปอง for IELTS.And we did that for like 3 or 4 months and then I took the IELTS exam, so first semester of Maha, and then second semester I focused on my SAT, and so Pubong also helped me with the English part, and so I took the SAT in probably April of Maha, and then during that summer I did some volunteer work, some research work with Khon Kaen University to add on to my resume for college. And I was just preparing. I looked through some old college essays and wrote down some ideas. And August came, so that was ม.6 term หนึ่งthe essay prompts came out for college admissions, and so I started drafting my essays. I wrote so many essays, and Kupang helped me read a bunch of them, and at the end I chose one that I wrote quite quickly towards the deadline. But that was all the academic side. Because I'm a student athlete, I had to go through recruiting, and I started contacting the archery coach at Columbia University around May 2024. So before 2023, my Mohawk year. And so I emailed with the coach for 6 months. I emailed about everything to him. So I would finish a book and I would tell him it was the best way that he could get to know me without meeting, because recruiting requires that the coach meets the athletes and have conversations, get to know them, and so he could best choose the athlete for his team. But I never had that opportunity because Thailand is halfway across the world. But we made good work through email, and he got to know me quite well. And towards the end, in November, he had an interview with me where he told me that he would support me. So that meant I was recruited into the archery team. And so at the end of November, I submitted my early decision application for Columbia University for Barnard College. And at the end of December, I got my admissions letter. And it was so relieving because I feel like actually the hardest part, even though all the IELTS, SAT, everything was hard, but the hardest part was waiting.
Exactly.
Between November and December, and it was such a long
only 2
wait.
months. You had to wait.
It was a month-ish, but it was the longest month ever. Because if I didn't get in, I would have to redo all the process and apply to somewhere else.
Okay, such a process. So you started in Mathematics 4 Okay.
Yeah, second semester.
น้องเบนเริ่มตอนม.4 เทอม2เนาะก็คือ prepare IELTS ก่อนแล้วก็ SAT ทีหลัง so let's talk about IELTS first. What's the score back then?
I got an 8.
With listening or something 8.5 I cannot remember.
I got the listening and speaking 8.5.
Listening and speaking 8.5 นะคะแล้วก็จริงๆIELTS สำหรับน้องเบนเนาะไม่ได้จำเป็นต้องเตรียมตัว 3-4 เดือนเนาะแต่ว่าat that time I remember that she had to go for the archery as well
ใช่ค่ะ
ก็คือน้องต้องไปแข่งยิงธนูตอนนั้นน้องเป็นนักกีฬาแบบทีมชาติด้วยน้องติดทีมชาติ archery นะคะแล้วก็คือช่วงที่เรียน IELTS ก็ต้องแบ่งเวลาไปซ้อมไปยิงธนูแล้วคือ you were in ขอนแก่น and you had to go to Bangkok and practice แล้วก็ไปทุกอาทิตย์คือแบบคือต้องเขาเรียกว่าชื่นชมน้องมากๆเลยแล้วก็คุณแม่ด้วยเพราะว่าทุกครั้งคือคุณแม่ไปด้วยตลอดใช่ไหมคิดว่าแบบ it's exhausting right but fulfilling at the same time แล้วก็หลังจากนั้น SAT I remember teaching you when I was on vacation too
right through Zoom
ใช่ค่ะแล้วก็เรียนผ่าน Zoom นะคะจนบอกก็ไปเที่ยวที่หนึ่งแต่จำไม่ได้ว่ามีคลาสหนึ่งที่อยู่ในร้านอาหารเลย I was in the restaurant
สอนได้ทุกที่
แล้วก็ทอดน้องเบนthrough Zoom แต่ว่าน้องเบนแบบ work so hard อยากให้ทุกคนทำตามนะที่จริง
คิดว่าเป็นช่วงไม่กี่เดือนเดียว
ใช่ไหม
ที่แบบต้องทำเต็มที่จริงๆเพราะว่ามัน
จะได้ไม่ต้อง
define อีก4 ปีของเราเลย
จะได้ไม่ regret เนาะเราทำเต็มที่แล้วอะไรเงี้ย so and about the sports part ก็คือยากเหมือนกันน้องเบน I remember seeing you in the show ชื่ออะไรน้องเบนตอนเด็กๆน้องเบนเคยไปใช่ไหมอะไรสักอย่าง
Super 10
รายการ Super 10 ใช่น้องเบนเคยไปออกรายการ Super 10 and how old were you back then
12ค่ะ
12ใช่ไหมแล้วเขาให้ชุดอะไรนะจำไม่ได้
ให้ยิงแอปเปิลที่มันหมุนอยู่แล้วมันเป็นระยะไกล
ใช่ไหมจำได้ว่าเฮ้ยแต่ว่า were you 12
ใช่ว้าว11-12
เด็กมากเลยแต่ว่าจำได้ว่าน้องเบนไปแล้วก็เห็นน้องเบนอยู่ที่Columbia University เนาะก็รู้สึกI feel so proud to see how far you've come แล้วก็มันเหมือนมัน pays off เนาะความพยายามแล้วก็ความขยันอะไรอย่างเงี้ยOkay, that's a very interesting part. And now I think a lot of people might want to know how is it like to be an international student in the USA?
So New York is awesome. I had no idea what it would look like. The only thing I had in mind was through watching Gossip Girl but it's like living in a movie. I feel like I've seen all these streets through movies like the Avengers and everything. So it's really magical. And Columbia University is up north in New York City in Manhattan. So it's kind of
quite big, isn't it? New York.
Yeah, New York is really big. When people say New York, you think of New York City and all the movies.
Times Square.
Yes, but it's actually so much bigger. But Columbia is really, really small. It takes me 15 minutes to walk from one end to the other. So I love that. And it's gated. It's really safe. And that was a big concern because New York City is a big city. And my parents were concerned about the safety. But it's really safe. And I love that it's a quiet neighborhood, but then I could go downtown. It takes me 20 minutes on the subway to go downtown. And it's like the busy city life that you can imagine. But it's amazing. There's so many opportunities in New York, so many diverse people. I feel like I meet someone from a different country almost every day. And I tell people that I learn from my peers as much as I learn from my professors because everyone has such a diverse background that like you can't even imagine.
And also you are in the archery team from different countries.
Right, yes. The archery team is also pretty diverse. We have people from all over the world and it's a really small team too. It's only 10 women and so it's really sweet. But the whole athletic community is also really sweet. We have events that they hold for athletes. So it's amazing. Columbia does a really good job to like make people feel at home.
Oh, interesting.
But everyone's really sweet. I've never met a cold person at all. And everyone's really determined. So they're not out there to reach out and help. But if you ask, people are so like willing to help.
Oh, okay. So being an international student in New York City is not a big deal. Like, I mean,
no, not at all. I feel like it's a lot easier in New York than in the South because there's so many other international students too.
And you are now in the first year and 3 more years to go. Although you are in the first year, but looking ahead in the next, let's say 5 years from now, how do you see yourself? Where would you be living and working? Will you be continue living in New York or move to another country or back to Thailand?
So there's endless possibilities, but I have a few ideas in mind. I know I want to go to grad school because I love learning and I want to continue my degree right after college. So maybe law school would be an option. And I was just talking to Pipong yesterday that maybe a law school in New York would be awesome because I love New York. I want to stay in New York. So NYU, Columbia, Fordham. But also, I was talking to Pipong about law schools in London, and
there are a lot of universities that are in high ranking.
Right, high ranking, and it sounds amazing to live in England for a few years.
Yeah.
So that could be an option.
When we are talking about law school, but let's say if you want to continue working in America, then it would be better for you to continue in America because the laws are different.
Right.
If you go to the UK and if you finish, let's say, master's degree of law, and will you be able to practice law in America?
That's a good question. I think I'd have to take another course to learn the US laws because they're so different with the federal court. But I don't plan on staying in America for my whole life. I feel like
but you said that you also want to come back to settle in Asia.
I want to settle in Asia. I want to be closer to my family. But
actually, your brother and your sister are now living in Michigan
Right, they're both in Michigan, but they're also planning on coming back
to
too.
Asia okay
Right, so maybe in my
That's
30s
fair.
or something I'll come back.
But
right now it's like the best
in your
time.
40s I would say
In my 40s?
so 30s might be like you might want to do something adventurous I don't know
That's
America
true, that's true.
England we'll see right
Yes, we'll see.
fingers crossed โอเคค่ะแล้วก็เดี๋ยวตอนนี้เรามาถึงจุดที่แบบหลายคนก็อาจจะอยากรู้เนาะอยากให้น้องเบนเนี่ยช่วยแนะนำนะคะ maybe give some suggestions to the audience mostly high school students who dream of studying abroad especially in the USA
คิดว่า it's good that you're dreaming big because the world is like so big there's not a box for you and my advice would be to start early and there's no time frame that you can start so maybeม.4 ม.5 you get done with your testing you do extracurriculars that you can add to your application
portfolio did you need a portfolio for
yes
okay
so I had like some volunteer work or research work some internships and some like a study abroad but so you should add on to your portfolio and also I think that my best recommendation to study in the US and for applications is that be creative and unique. Be the most creative and crazy you can be on your essay because the people who read your applications read so many applications, you just need them to remember you. And that's
so if you are the same as others then your essay wouldn't be outstanding
Yes
when you say crazy so what does it mean in your essay
so in my essay initially I was writing an essay about overcoming an obstacle in archery and apparently that's the most common essay that everyone writes about so I had to think out of the box and I ended up writing about my archery journey through an arrow. Like the arrow was a metaphor of my personality.
Okay.
And so I talked about my journey through that one arrow's perspective.
Interesting. Do you still have it?
I do. I still have it.
Just in case some of the
yes,
high
you
school
can
students
reach
wanna
out
read.
and read it.
ใช่ถ้าใครที่อยากลองดูว่าSOP น้องเบนเขียนประมาณไหนเป็นยังไงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเนาะก็ถามน้องเบนได้นะคะ reach out ทางไหนดี
ทาง IG ก็ได้ค่ะ
โอเค
bn.ajl ค่ะ
โอเคก็เดี๋ยวแปะไว้ตรงข้างใต้อีกทีนึงนะเดี๋ยวพิมพ์เป็น text ไว้ให้นะคะเผื่อแบบว่ามีคำถามเนาะ
แล้วก็อีกอย่างหนึ่งที่อยาก mention ก็คือตอนที่ when you're preparing for IELTS and SAT you should try to have fun with it even though it's not fun but I had a lot of fun with IELTS and like especially the reading part if I was interested in the material I knew that I would do better so
โอเคนั่นก็เป็นคำแนะนำที่คิดว่าน่าจะมีประโยชน์ for high school students who are preparing themselves แล้วก็น้องเบนบอกว่า prepare early ใช่ไหมคะก็ม.4 น่าจะแบบโอเคเนาะ and how about for those who are not high school students but also who want to practice speaking English and maybe you have some tips or techniques
I think the number one thing is don't be scared of mistakes because you will make mistakes. I still make mistakes. I don't call myself a native, or I guess I do call myself a native speaker.
Because
but
you're half American.
Right, but it took me years to get to this point. And the only way that you can practice and move forward is to start speaking it. And you make mistakes, you make even more mistakes, but then you learn from the mistakes. And the more you learn, the better you get. So the first step is just to start and don't be scared. It's an amazing language and it'll be really helpful in every single way.
โอเคก็เป็นประโยชน์มากๆเลยนะคะเพราะว่าจริงๆคือเหมือนที่น้องเบนพูดเนาะว่าเรา make mistake ตลอดเวลาใช่ไหมคะครูป๋องก็ make mistake ตลอดเวลานะคะแล้วก็แต่ว่า บาง mistakes มันก็จะสอนเราเนาะแล้วทำให้เราได้เรียนรู้ไปเรื่อยๆเนาะeven for น้องเบนเป็นลูกครึ่งนะคะไทยอเมริกันแต่ว่ามันก็จะมีบางจุดที่เราอาจจะไม่ได้ก็เหมือนเราไม่ค่อยได้แตะมันไม่ค่อยได้ใช้อะไรเงี้ย especially in the test เพราะฉะนั้น
grammar
ก็คือ make mistake แล้วเราก็จะจำแล้วก็เรียนรู้ไปเนาะโอเค so I think วันนี้เราก็ได้เรื่องราวน่าสนใจเยอะมากนะคะ Life in America it's so impressive actually เพราะว่าปกติครูบอกก็ไม่ค่อยได้ถามว่าเป็นเกี่ยวกับเรื่องที่อเมริกาเนาะThank you so much Ben for sharing us your valuable experience both your journey before Columbia University and life in the USA right nowแล้วก็ also tips and suggestions for those who want to further their studies in America and also who wants to practice English ก็เดี๋ยวถ้าใครอยากติดตามน้องเบนนะคะก็เดี๋ยวแปะ IG ไว้เนาะตามน้องเบนที่
แล้วก็ทักมาถามได้ตลอดจริงๆค่ะเพราะว่าอยากช่วยเพื่อนๆคนไทยทุกคน
เพราะมันสำคัญเนาะภาษาอังกฤษถ้าเราแค่เริ่มก็ถือว่าชนะแล้วอะไรเงี้ยเป็น good start นะคะ Okay, I have to say that I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I hope we can get connected more often.
ใช่ค่ะ
ถ้ามีเวลานะเวนนะคะเพราะว่าต้องซ้อมอีกเยอะไหม
ก็เยอะอยู่ค่ะก็ซ้อมเกือบทุกวันใช่ค่ะ
โอเควันนี้ก็ต้องขอบคุณน้องเบนมากนะคะที่มาแชร์ประสบการณ์ดีๆเนาะแล้วก็ remember to keep practicing เนาะkeep speaking keep learning and keep growing and วันนี้ก็ต้องไปแล้วนะคะคือฝังแล้วก็น้องเบนเนาะขอบคุณทุกคนที่รับฟังมาจนจบนะคะแล้วก็ until next time
ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณ
น้องเบนนะคะไปแล้วค่ะบ๊ายบาย